Thanks, guys. Jamie, you're top of screen for us, mate. Did you want to take it away with Eddie, Michael and James?
Yep, thanks, hi guys. Eddie, can you just talk us through why you think Suliasi Vunivalu can rise to the challenge in his starting test debut?
Well, I've seen him develop some really good habits in Super Rugby, and when he's come in and trained with us for the last 2 or 3 weeks, every session he's got a little bit better. You know, he's an exceptional player, strong in the air, big guy, got good pace. I've got no doubt he's going to do a good job for us on Saturday.
And young Tom Hooper gets his chance. What have you liked about him so far?
Basically, he rips in, mate.
James, you were sounded like you were touch and go there with your knee. How was that feeling?
Yeah, it's been a challenging week. Obviously had a bit of a mishap on Tuesday, but I get to run today, make sure it's all good, but I'm pretty confident I'll be playing.
Nathan, sorry, Jim. Nathan had his hand up. Sorry, Nathan Gojella.
I was just going to say, just for Eddie, just that Reece Hodge at 12, how close was Samu towards starting, and how much sort of weighing up his recovery with that selection on the bench?
Yeah, well, he's only started full training last Thursday before he left, so there's a little bit more he needs to do to be ready to start, but certainly he'll make a massive contribution off the bench for us. So Hodjo, particularly for a game at Pretoria, I think will do the job well for us at 12.
I guess on Taniela, I guess two-parter, how close was he? And secondly, what have you sort of seen out of Zane that makes you think he's going to be ready to really step up for at test level?
Yeah, well, I'm not here to talk about players that aren't in the team. Taniela and Angus aren't quite ready at the moment, but they will be. Zane, again, young guy, finished the season strongly with the Reds. Particularly scrummaged well against the All Black loose head. He's come into camp, adapted well. A little bit like Sully. Every session he's got a bit stronger, a bit better. Knows his role really well, and what a great place to make your debut in front of 52,000 at Pretoria.
Nathan Gojella, your hands up there, mate.
Thank you very much. Hoops, I'll start with you. Hoops, you've got 4 debutants against a team, in their own opinion, a well-settled squad. How do you think your outfit will fare against the Springboks on Saturday at altitude?
Oh, you'll know after the game how we fare, but in terms of our lead-up, we've been focusing on ourselves a hell of a lot, and the debutants, what they're bringing is a ton of energy from the day they walked in and through to the time they've selected. It seems to have gone up a notch. So, we're away from home here, and we want to rip in, and having guys like that in the squad's right where we want to be.
Then lastly, Eddie, do you remember the last time you played in Pretoria?
Oh, I remember every trip to Pretoria, mate.
Yeah, so the last time, obviously, you got rinsed 92-3 against the Bulls when you still coached the Reds. You'll probably be hoping for a different result this time.
I can remember sitting on an esky there, mate. And I also remember the first team meeting I had with the Springboks in 2007. So Jake asked me to get up and talk to the boys, and as I got up, Jean de Villiers played the Bulls theme. So that was quite funny.
Thanks, Nathan. Moreno, moving along.
Hi, good morning from Italy, Coach. Just 2 questions, very quick one. The first one is, do you think there is a way to nullify South Africa to play their own game, the tactical one, the kicking battle, or you have just to counter that and try to match them on that field? Is there a chance to say, no, you're not going to play the game you want to play?
That's you.
Okay. What is it? Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
I've been practicing my Italian, mate. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. So that's how we're going to play on Saturday. We're going to meet fire with fire, and then when we get the opportunity to play quicker, we'll play quicker.
Last question, the second one, is that you coached in the Six Nations. How do you rate the Rugby Championship at the moment in comparison with the Six Nations looking at the Rugby World Cup?
Well,
especially also in the way maybe the match is going to be refereed. Thank you.
Well, since the Italians are doing so well in the Six Nations, it's become a good competition, mate. But look, they're both fine competitions. You know, you got the best in the Northern Hemisphere, best in the Southern Hemisphere, and I think the quality of world rugby at the moment is absolutely exceptional. You know, we've got 7 teams at the top, of which we're the bottom of the 7 at the moment. All competing hard, all could beat each other on any given day. So it's a really healthy spot for world rugby to be in.
Thanks, Christy. You're next on the list, mate.
Yeah, hi Eddie. Just wondering, what did you make of the Springboks side? Were you surprised, or did you think that they were going to divide the team into 2?
Well, we're really only worried about ourselves, mate. You know, we've focused very much on ourselves. We're a new team. We've come together. We want to play our style of rugby, and we know whatever team that runs out at Pretoria on Saturday is going to play, you know, with the pride of South Africa behind them, and we need to meet that challenge.
And just to follow up, when did Tom Hooper first come on the radar for you?
Well, I went down to the Brumbies early in their season, and you know, a few of their coaches obviously know Stevie pretty well, was saying keep an eye out for this young fella. And you know, he had a late start because of injury, and his first few games weren't very impressive. And I thought, you know, does Stevie really know what he's talking about here? But certainly towards the end of the season, yeah, he was an absolute standout for them.
Thanks, Christy. Mel, you're next.
Another one for Eddie. I just wondered how Craig Cooper had come back to the fold. Obviously, you talked about, you know, the high pressure at Loftus, and I wondered, you know, he seems to have quite a zen approach about him now, and how important his composure will be there.
Yeah, I don't think Zen operates at Pretoria too well. Yeah, it's more brandy and coke up there. But he's come back into the squad. Yeah, he's an experienced player now. Added his knowledge, and particularly watching him work with Carter, who's continues to impress as well. We know we'll get a good 80 minutes out of that number 10 position.
Last couple online, thanks guys. Mel, did you have a follow up? Nope. Cameron, you're on there, mate.
No, I just can't really hear you guys very well, but hopefully it's better.
Yeah, if you're struggling with the internet, I suggest to turn off your videos.
Eddie, what are you hoping to see for... What was that?
I just suggested we're battling a bit with the internet. If you could turn your videos off, that would be great.
Eddie, what are you hoping to see from Tom Wright on Saturday, and what have you made of his transition to fullback?
Yeah, no, really impressive, mate. You know, we had Glenn Ellis over here as a classic Wallaby, and you know, he commented yesterday how much potential Tom has as fullback. He's got good pace, he's got good power, he's got a good kicking game, he's a good communicator, and you know, his job is to make sure that the kicks that we receive from South Africa, that we return them with interest, either by running or kicking. Sorry.
And James, you've obviously been training alongside Tom Hooper all year. What have you seen from him throughout the Super Rugby season that shows he's ready to step up to Test footy?
He just goes at it. He throws his body into everything. You know, he's got a really level head on his shoulders, and he just wants to be the best teammate he can possibly be for the group. So for us right now, he's a perfect fit. He's worked extremely hard to be where he is, and it's really pleasing to see him in the team because he's had a bit of a tough year, but you know, as Eddie said, he had a strong finish, so it'd be good to see him get out there on the weekend and debut.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time online. We'll come to the guys in the room now. If you need anything else from me, I'm on my phone. Thank you.
Eddie, where do you see Sully's ceiling? Like, and what's your message to a guy like that? Like, it seems like he hasn't totally nailed it. He's only got 3 minutes in Test rugby. Like, where do you see his ceiling?
Well, I don't think all we're worried about is what he does now. and I don't think there's any ceiling, mate. He can be the best winger in the world. Like he's shown at NRL, you know, his last season, particularly at NRL, he showed he was the best winger in NRL. And generally the transition into Test rugby probably been a bit slower than he would have liked, but there's basically no ceiling to him, mate.
You've got Sully and Marika who probably aren't known for their kicking Tom Wright camp. Do you think Hodge might drop back a bit? Where do you see that kick?
Well, we'll just wait and see, mate. You know, obviously we've got to read that on the field, but you know, both of those guys are capable of kicking. How well they kick, we'll find out.
How confident are you that James will be okay? Obviously, there's a degree of risk there, a pretty formidable box pack if he does play. Are you confident? When will you make a call on that?
We'll give Slips as long as he needs. You know, he's an important part of the team, important part of the leadership team, and at the end of the day, you know, experienced player like Slips will know whether he's right to play.
Just the decision with Nick Frost to start. A lot of people thought Richie might get that gig. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, Frosty's had a good Super Rugby. You know, Richie's come in. He's no doubt added to the team. And again, out of those two, we're going to get a good 80 minutes. Well, out of those three, you know, with Will Skelton, we'll get lots of good 80 minutes there.
And Blake Shop being come over, a great story if he did play. When did that happen? Is he a chance? Is he preparing?
Well, you know, you got to cover contingencies, and if Slips isn't right, you know, and as I said, we think he's going to be right, then Blake's ready to back up. And you know, he's come in, he's like, you know, a little puppy dog. He's just ripping into everything.
Did you make that call at Harry Johnson Holmes 4 years ago? Was it a pub in Sydney on the Wednesday and played a test in Joburg on the Saturday? Did you make that call? Was he in camp? Do you know where he was?
Well, I leave that to the general manager, mate.
Sure.
Michael, must be an honour playing with your son. Did you ever think you'd play with a Tom Hooper? And what have you made of Tom?
Mate, honestly, when we named our son, I didn't know there was a Tom Hooper playing for the Brumbies, and that's how quick he's come on, eh? I've been super impressed with Junior. He's absolutely. I'm trying to start the nickname, but it's not catching on at the moment. Look, I mean, he's gotten a rap here from these two. I've been impressed with his mentality, his application of training, and wanting to get better. So, you know, the energy he's going to bring on the field, I'm going to feed off. You know, it's going to be great.
You've played here a lot of times. What's your experience from playing over here, and what kind of wisdom do you impart on a younger group? A lot of guys haven't played here. So.
Embrace it. Embrace the challenge that we've got. You know, what an opportunity to be the first team to win here in Pretoria, first Wallaby team to win here in Pretoria is a great opportunity to start off our campaign for the year. So the excitement's building nicely in our camp, and that's been largely what the talk's been about, this opportunity and how we can best seize that.
Come game day, who will be doing the talking on the field? Do you think you've worked out roles and how the code and captains is going to work?
Whitey will be doing the talking. He never stops. Yeah, no, we've had some good conversations, hey. And we're working through that. Slips?
Yeah, no, spot on.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Michael, are you looking at the breakdown and licking your lips? Because the pack that the Boks have selected is probably not the most mobile. They're very powerful, but probably not the quickest to get to where they need to be. Is there an opportunity for the team to take advantage of the ruck situation?
You know how important the ruck and the breakdown is at a test level. It's largely where the game's won and lost, you know, alongside set piece. So it's certainly a focus for us to be really effective there. How that actually plays out, you know, you can't say it's going to be a jackal or a turnover or a, you know, bomb through blast game, or if there's even going to be a huge amount of rucks, you know, but we're prepared for whatever's going to come to the front on Saturday and try and seize that opportunity with what's presented to us.
Coach, I'll ask you a similar question. You look at that Springbok team, do you see anything that you can take advantage of?
Again, we're not really focused on the Springbok team. You know, we respect whatever team goes out there. We know they're going to play tough for their country, but we're more worried about ourselves, mate.
Eddie, the first time you brought a Wallabies team out here in Loftus 22 years ago, it's part of a tough assignment with Jack Loftus and Carisburg. Is there anything from those days, because obviously back as Wallabies, that you can take out of that and apply now?
Yeah, well, we've really tried to tackle the ghosts. You know, there's there's a lot of ghosts of Wallabies teams out there, and we've tried to tackle that. You know, we've tried to take on the concept of playing at altitude. We've tried to take on the concept of playing in a fierce crowd. You know, in Pretoria is probably the loudest crowd you experience around the world. So we're looking forward to those and see what we can do in it. You know, we've got a new team, new captaincy, 4 young guys coming in. You know, a team that's never won in South Africa. So what a fantastic opportunity.
Just on that, I mean, there's been a real sense, a tangible sense that there's a real clean slate almost here, but also the balance of having guys like Slips, like Michael, who can provide, some input and experience. You've been here as well. So I almost just wanted to ask, is this almost like clean slate all just a gift, or I don't want to call it a curse, but is there perhaps also a challenge, given that even though there is a bit of a unknown and exciting element to it, it's actually raised just a little bit of expectations as well?
I think you've answered your own question, mate. I don't know why you're asking me. Look, obviously when a new coach comes in, I'm just building on the great work that Dave Rennie did. He's done a lot of foundation work, brought a lot of good players through, and we're just trying to build on that. Any good team has great experience at the top, but then they have a infusion of enthusiasm and energy from the young guys. And we're trying to get that right mix in the team. Now, have we got it for Saturday? Yeah, we think we do. But we know the Springboks are going to come out hard, and we're going to have to meet that challenge. But, having experienced guys there is going to really help us.
Eddie, was there a particular selection that kept you up at night, or that you thought long and hard about more than another?
I think they all do, mate. I've done it for a while now, and the hardest thing's always selection, and particularly at the moment. We've got such a competitive team. If you watched training yesterday and watched how we train, it would have been hard to know which was the starting team. We've got great competition. I'm really enjoying how the blokes are competing hard. So they're all difficult, mate. None of them are easy. And I'm at the moment blessed we've got that.
Sully has a blinder on Saturday. Is there a chance to stay in that role, or is it inevitable, as you alluded to, that maybe there'll be a bit of rotation?
Well, the one thing we don't have to worry about is post the game now.
Eddie, for this game, how difficult is it to balance process and getting the right decision?
Oh, well, Test rugby's always about winning, mate. The best process Test rugby coach doesn't coach. The best winning coach keeps coaching. And same with players, You don't win, you don't play. You can have great process. You can, dot your I's, cross your T's, do every ice bath, do every sauna, watch all the video. But unless you're winning, that's the only thing we've come here for, is to win.
Coach, as Leonana alluded to, you started your Test career at Loftus, and now against South Africa. It's 22 years on later. You're restarting again with Australia at Loftus. What is different from the first experience to this experience? What have you found has been different? Obviously, you've got a wealth of experience going now as well. But is there something that you can say is tangibly different between the first time and this return?
I thought you were going to suggest I'm going to finish it here. That'd be the shortest tenure of all time, wouldn't it? One test. Look, it's not really about me, mate. It's about the players. Like, I feel completely honoured and privileged to be coaching Australia again, and we've got a fantastic group of players here that are working really hard. They want to put Australian rugby back on the map, and it's going to start on Saturday. We've got a chance to do it on Saturday. We haven't been where we wanted to be as a team. We're going to start the process on Saturday. So it'll be more about what these guys do.
James, the South Africans and the Springboks really sort of made their scrum, and I'm very proud of it. It's hard start for you to be able to have a go, especially now Steve coming in and it's a front row of forwards who are really in good form. How much looking forward to that battle and trying to put them on the back foot?
Well, they're world class, aren't they? World champions. It's well known that the South African team play off set piece. They pride their, they put their hat on the set piece, and it's a big part of the game. Any Test match, rugby games, won or lost, pretty much at the set piece, and it gives you the ability to play rugby if you get that right. So nothing's really different from us. We've got to match that there so we can play some rugby. But it's going to be a big challenge, one we're looking forward to, mate.
Last few things, guys.
Just quickly going up against Marcel Herbie, who's widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best, tight ends in the world at the moment, from a strategy point of view. Individually, is that sort of one of the things that you love about Test rugby, being able to go up against the best and see how you fare?
Oh, definitely. I got 2 games against him last year, and they were good battles. He got me a couple of times, and we stuck it to them a couple of times. So it's always tough. He's a great player. He's been a great player for a long time, and he's well respected in his team. It's going to be a big challenge physically.
Eddie, the games that won ahead back home, Australian rugby fans will probably be wondering whether they're going to stay up for that. What's your message to them or promise them what they can expect from this team?
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, mate. We're going to roll our sleeves up and we're going to dig in. And if they want to watch that, then I'd stay up. It'll be better than the Ashes.
Anything else, Happy? Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.